Podcast, Personal Finance Edition. I'm Olivia, joined by my co-host Rashmi.
This episode is going to switch gears into a new topic. You've probably read the title already. We are going to be talking about investing.
We won't get into the actual content of investing until a few episodes later because we want to make sure you guys have a basic understanding on what it actually is in a general sense, some terminology, and the mindset you should have for something of this nature.
Yeah, this is a super important episode, so make sure you pay attention to the whole thing.
Yep. Investing, first of all, refers to the act of committing money or capital to an asset, financial product, business, or endeavor with the goal of generating income and earning a profit on the initial investment you made over time.
Many people opt for this way of income because there is a lot of diversity in ways you can invest. If you want to play it safe or be more risky, there is something that caters to your needs the best.
That makes sense, but I'm not quite understanding what the importance of this is and what this has to do with personal finance.
That's a valid question to have. Well, investing provides opportunities for your money to grow over time. It allows you to accumulate wealth and achieve long-term financial goals like retirement, buying a home, or funding education. By earning money that exceeds the rate of inflation, investing helps maintain the purchasing power of your money instead of keeping cash that can lead to its devaluation.
Wait, that makes a lot of sense. And now that I think about it, investing provides financial security, which is the ultimate goal of personal finance, to create a safety net for unexpected expenses or emergencies and increase your funds at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. So, to make sure you guys are set up for the episodes to come, we're going to be going over some vocabulary that will be used as we talk about forms of investments.
Without knowing the basic vocab, everything we say will sound like a foreign language to you, so this is really important.
So let's start off with appreciation and depreciation. No matter what form of investment you decide to opt for, your investments will fluctuate between appreciation and depreciation.
This means that the value of the investment will increase, which is appreciation, and the value of the investment will decrease, which is depreciation.
To calculate these gains or losses in value, there's something called return on investment, or as most people call it, ROI.
Since ROI measures how much profit an investment generates compared to its initial cost, there is a way to calculate it. You divide the net profit, which is profit minus cost, by the investment's costs and expenses and express the result as a percentage. For instance, if an investment cost $1,000 and it yielded $1,500 in profit, the return on investment would be 50% because 1,500 minus 1,000 divided by 1,000 times 100 is 50%.
If the percentage is positive, you know that you made a profit or had capital gains, which we mentioned before. If the percentage is negative, you know you're in a loss, otherwise known as capital loss.
Capital gains and losses fall under ROI in a sense because they measure either losses or gains, whereas ROI measures both.
The next two terms are strongly related to each other. The first one is portfolio. This word is commonly used in an academic sense where teachers place all your tests in it so they can show your growth as a student.
In a financial sense, a portfolio is a collection of investments held by an individual or an entity. Think of it like an art portfolio, which contains all of your assets or all of your artwork. If you ever forget what portfolio means, then you can always think back to it when you are at a school or was at school.
The next term is diversification, which we actually had a whole episode on. This means that your portfolio has different forms of investments and are also spread across different sectors and or geographic regions.
By doing this, it reduces the risk of not putting all of your eggs in one basket and potentially losing large sums of money all at once.
Okay, so moving on to some more terms. Liquidity is the degree of which you have the ability to have ready access to invested money. It's the ease with which an investment can be bought or sold in the market without significantly affecting its price.
Volatility is the degree of variation or fluctuation in the price of an investment over time. You would say that the stock market is volatile because the prices change every second, but savings accounts are not as volatile because they have a fixed return on investment.
Market price is the current price of an asset. Market risk is the possibility that an investment will not achieve its target.
Market timing is an investment strategy that requires you to make the call for buying and selling securities in anticipation of market conditions that would require that.
Having the right mindset when investing is essential for making informed decisions and managing expectations. So let's go over some key mindset and tips to be successful in investing.
One of the biggest things to keep in mind is that investing is usually a long-term endeavor. Adopting a patient approach and focusing on long-term goals can help navigate short-term market fluctuations and increase the likelihood of achieving longer, higher returns.
The key word here is that it's a long-term endeavor. You should not expect that the investment that you make today is going to grow to like $1 million the day after.
Which is why having patience is extremely important. If you do not acknowledge this fact, you will find yourself making irrational decisions leading to a loss in large amounts of money. Remember that the stock market always grows as a year altogether. It doesn't happen in a single day.
Exactly. And to add on to that, emotions like fear and greed can influence investment decisions. Stay rational and avoid making decisions based solely on emotional impulses, like wanting to have $1 million a day later. Have a clear investment strategy and stick to it.
Acknowledging that investments carry some level of risk is also important. Assess your risk tolerance, how much volatility or potential loss you're comfortable with, and align your investment choices accordingly.
Segueing into some tips for investing, make sure to continuously educate yourself about different investment options, strategies, and the financial markets. Research thoroughly before making investment decisions. Understand the fundamentals of the investments that you're considering.
By making this small investment in time, it can prevent you from losing thousands of dollars in the future.
Make sure you have diversification across different investments because it can help mitigate risk. If you find yourself pooling most of your money into a certain asset, make sure to periodically review your investment portfolio to ensure it aligns with your goals and risk tolerance. Rebalance your portfolio as needed to maintain the desired ratio of investments.
One of the biggest mistakes many beginning investors make is to predict what will happen to the market. This is impossible because anything can happen at any time. If you predict one thing and the opposite happens, don't be scared. Focus on the quality of your investments and stay invested through the ups and downs rather than attempting to time them.
Investing is a really big topic and there's so many things that even top investors don't know. It's okay to feel lost at times. What's important is that when you're in a situation, you are rational and you need to make sure that you have resources on standby.
That doesn't mean having a professional to come sit down and talk to you at every second. That's an option, sure, but it's not practical for many people because it costs money. This is why we will be giving you some free resources that you can use.
If you enjoy learning through reading, you can get these books from your local library. The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham, A Random Walk Down Wall Street by Burton Mulcahy, The Little Book of Common Sense Investing by John C. Bogle, One Up on Wall Street by Peter Lynch, and Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert T. Kiyosaki.
Websites like Investopedia and NerdWallet are amazing too. Olivia and I use it a lot on a day-to-day basis. We also mentioned these resources when we were talking about taxes as well, so they cover a wide range of topics.
Financial news outlets are great too. Bloomberg, CNBC, Financial Times, Wall Street Journal, and Yahoo Finance offer news, analysis, and insights into financial markets and investing.
And finally, there are some YouTube channels who provide great information as well. Khan Academy offers videos on finance and investing topics, Graham Stephen provides personal finance and investing tips, and The Plain Bagel focuses on explaining investment concepts in a simple and understandable manner.
We hope you feel more confident than you did before after this episode. Next episode, we'll be taking it slow by talking about safe ways to invest. That's all for today. This is Rashmi and Olivia, cashing out.